Yo, Bishop Mohi Keba Agomenya. We are going to blend the language quickly. So Bishop will speak Krobo and then summarize it in English for us. Bishop, we don't want to waste your time. You are the first ever, if I should use the word ever, Krobo bishop that we have had in Ghana. What was the joy?
Great, tremendous. But I see this joy as coming from the work of other people, the work of our forefathers, our mothers who have worked so hard. And for instance, my grandfather used to be a Catholic. Bishop Bowers called my attention to it and said they were the priests and we are just fruits of their hard work. I have an uncle, great uncle also, Mr. Angmo. His son is Father Angmo. So we have had people in our family who have worked so hard for the church. They have been committed Christians. So I see myself as fruits of the labor of the past. And I have been called to continue the work of our forefathers and our mothers who have gone before us. Then Madeji, Edi Buajono, people na chemi, ewe hegbe bo, osofole, oyakasioni no de oke ma yosofo. So Bishop la kasewe, pama chemu. Lo osofole, pomolo to omasoka, ma yosofo ne Mount Pedro Mapioi. Episcopal Kongo ma chemu. Ke ala ni ayewa mi na penifu ne me konkon de ke awo mo episcopal. Eji doko de ewo egbe kekere se buajo ne hamdi wa cheme ke wa nyeme atuni akebele fole me tuni ne ke mono wana episcopal ne tukan mau buajo itune wa cheme ke wa nyeme ate opi mi ni chu se ni chu ne ko me pe ibi wana wo no le banka won o ma bo mo di ko ni le baswa o wa machu ani e ma sa no mo.
So as my Lord Bishop said, being a priest, you learn, you go through formation in order to become a priest. But being a bishop, there's nothing like going through formation, seminary formation to become a bishop. So Bishop, can you summarize your formation journey? Maybe what motivated you to join the priesthood?
I met a number of priests. One of them is the Noklete. Bata who is gone, Monsignor Bacha, and a few other young priests who worked in our parish. And the way they carried themselves made the priesthood attractive. It was a bit challenging because when you want to go to the priesthood, you think you are going to do praying, eating, and singing. But you go to the seminary and it is learning, strong learning, and discipline. And you have to go through all that. But in the course of philosophy and theology, you begin to form the priesthood according to the things you read, the people you see, and those who are forming you. And so that has been my journey. We went through 7 years, 3 years at Soutom with the spiritual year, then 4 years theology in Peru. So after 7 years, in 1988, 1995, we were ordained. And those of you who didn't know, I was ordained and I had a fracture. And so I had a metal in my leg and I was limping. And so people were saying the crippled priest. I was ordained. It was a very painful event. But at that event, we got somebody called to priesthood, who is now a priest now. He said because of the way I was struggling for ordination, he became a priest. And after me, we have had a number of priests from 28 parishes. And so that has been my journey. It was a struggle. I had people supporting me, but it was also hard work. You have to study so hard. You have to keep the discipline of the life you are called into. So, by the grace of God, become a priest.
All right, thank you. Quickly, you were ordained priest in 1995. Yeah. And I think the creation of the Kufuri diocese took place in 1993. As at that time, we were all part of the Accra diocese. So I learned that after the creation of the Kufuri diocese, I don't know what options were given. Some priests decide to stay back in Accra Archdiocese. Others decide to join the Kufuri diocese. And I think at that time you were also part. So what motivated you to stay back in Accra Archdiocese, whereby when you look at your background, you are Krobo. So an animal circumstance is supposed to be in the Kufuri diocese, but you choose to stay over there. What motivated you to stay in Accra Archdiocese?
Thank you very much. It's a good question. The priests were giving options, so they decided. But seminarians, you stayed where you were to the seminary. You know, your home parish. Like I left Comtier. I grew up in Comti 2, but I went to the seminary in Comtier. So Comtier is my home parish, even though I grew up in Comti 2. So I was born here at Agomania, and I grew up in Tema. But I went to priesthood, that's the seminary in Tema, so Accra died. So we were not given the option. That's why we stayed there. You stayed where you were. My mates are Father Champon, who is now at Akuse, and then Father Ajiman, who used to be the bishop secretary. They were from Asamankesi. So Asamankesi was under Kufuri diocese. That is what happened. We were not given the option. It was the priests who were given options.
So thank you very much. We appreciate everything. Then we'll have to make time and have a lengthy interview. So just tell our parents who don't understand the Krobo language a goodwill message in Krobo.
The first bit, ma habuchum ina okay nenoclete interview. Ogwajo ejeka nenoclete de ni fu komeneji de wali ekobe wa ejeno lo ehi kanye no no pe. Emono madeke sina anmao kesina ke ha wetu epe titiri wo Roma bi nekro. Ani tun ne wa cheme ko wa na metuo mono wange ebi na ike yehane wani nekogbo yehane wa ya no kono eno pesije ne ni agbo ebakroma epechom ke hawo ne ma oche ke bi kamu konkon bi amen
Amen. Baba mochumuka. So